Today, from FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see the Washington Commanders taking on the Miami Dolphins.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Miami Dolphins and the Washington Commanders. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And a look here at the veteran under center, their seventh-year quarterback.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Dolphins get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press and one team gets an advantage. Our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Throwing on first down. Daniels steps away to his left. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points. This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Washington going to send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That's taken it around the 40. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Wide open receiver complete. Down inside the 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 33 yards that time.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So the moment is finally at hand. What a season, CD. His 29th rushing touchdown of the year. No one in the history of the NFL has had more in a single season. And congratulations to him. What an achievement.
We certainly had the feeling early in the year, maybe week 2 or 3, where we talked to each other and thought this could really turn into something. But I don't know if either of us thought we'd get to this point. Maybe the best season ever by a running back in NFL history.
No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. They'll start this drive out on the ground, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. An option handoff given to Harris. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a 1st down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. This offense, Charles, well, we've talked about how well they played all season, sitting now at 13-0 and a finish line for a perfect regular season. That's in sight. Some in the media this week were pointing back to the 07 Patriots. Of course, remember, they finished the regular season unbeaten, but they were tested multiple times in that final month plus.
Yeah, it was.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. As the Commanders make their way out on offense, let's take a peek at the playoff picture in the NFC. And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed. But as we know it often happens, this is all still subject to change.
Oh, you're so right about that. But even though the math isn't there yet, I think it's going to take new math for them not to make the playoffs. They're almost certainly going to be in the tournament and certainly going to be a dangerous team if you have to play against them. And that's their first sack of this game. But how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Looking to throw. Daniels. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Back to throw. Daniels. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Fielded at about the 28. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. But Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down 3 possessions just the first quarter. That goes beyond any worst-case scenario we might have thought coming into this game. And another touchdown here, that should eliminate any hopes for any type of a comeback.
Boy, CD, what a start for them. Still in the first quarter. They're absolutely blitzing them. All the points that they've put up, I'm not sure what you say on the other sideline right now.
I think it's as simple as this, partner. The way that they're playing, there's no limits on what this lead could become.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And we will not see a run back here from Harris. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Operating from the gun, Daniels. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
that might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Washington going to send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Pulled in at the 24. Nifty move. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Going long for Coates. And this is caught. Touchdown. A great play there. Doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter.
And the Dolphins have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes this 35-0 now.
So plenty of fireworks here early. 35-0 now as the kick is away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
On 2nd down, Oglesby.
He'll get a yard. That's all as they get him down at the 28.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now here come the Dolphins.
And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great effort there. What is going on here? 4 first-quarter touchdowns. Unbelievable.
And the Dolphins have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away.
No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. Washington ready to try again on offense. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
And I think that's going to go down as no gain, but that doesn't seem fair for the effort that was presented on that play. That should go down as a loss. I know, I'm a defense. Guy, but you got to like the play that was made.
He made a lot of those plays last week. He was AFC Defensive Player of the Week, picking up where he left off. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Looking to throw. Daniels. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Harris running straight ahead and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
To throw on 3rd down. Daniels eluding the pressure right.
And that one not going to have enough height on it. Down around his feet, it's incomplete. Washington going to send out their punter
as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field.
Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago, they scored. Remember, last drive was that 1-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And
he's got a man complete and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. 75 yards.
And the Dolphins are pouring it on.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of. The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
And here we go on the next drive for Washington. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big, this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged a
touchdown Dolphins. A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Dolphins have got it on cruise control.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well, they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And we will not see a run back here from Harris. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
And the Dolphins are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Switch. He's crossing. He's checking crash. Switch. There you go.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run it, try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On third down, Lawton. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on third down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on third downs all year long.
On first down, Weaver. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Switch. Check.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. The Commanders' offense set to take over.
They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. Back to throw. Daniels. Flushed. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
That result, really no surprise. That's what we're coming accustomed to with this #1 ranked rush defense.
And you study the game. Does this bring back a few memories? Maybe the '85 Bears trying to move the ball against them, 2000 Ravens. Heck, how about the late 60s, early 70s Purple People Eaters, the Minnesota Vikings? Hard to move the ball.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Mike's 42.
Back to throw now on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
On second down now, it's Watkins, and able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 8 yards here, so that gets him back within striking distance, and now it's third down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Going long for Coates. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. It's a big play there for Miami. 53 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it? Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away.
And we will not see a run back here from Harris. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean. On that leadership. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Looking to throw. Daniels. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays, because he's already been intercepted in this game, and the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Where's 52? Watch 52.
On third down, Daniels. He finds his man, complete. It's Rhodes. He's brought down after a pickup of 5, but he needed 8. Fourth down.
Washington going to send out their punter
as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it.
Miami set to take over. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great play there. 76 yards.
And the Dolphins are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes, someone delivering it accurately, offensive line giving him time to throw the ball. A true team record, but he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays.
No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taking it about the 16. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Going long for Coates. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Dolphins will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. Next, we head off to check out another game, and they lead that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. The Saints looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Houston Texans. The Bills are still fighting towards an over 500 record as the win ups their mark to 6-8. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our right.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. Here come the Commanders for the first possession of the third quarter. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On third down, Oglesby. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
They really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last two possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
They'll run on first down. Oglesby. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
To throw on third down, Daniels. It's brought in by Harris. And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he's on here to punt it away. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They'll start on the ground here on first down. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Weaver. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Ready? 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 4 down, check, 4 down, 4 down. Fight forward. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
On On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
We got 4. Fight forward. Ready, go.
They run the counter. Lawton. And he's taken down inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Jeanette, Viking, 18. 70 Lions. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Shoot. Watch the shoot.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 57 yards for him on the ground now and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Watch safety green. Watch safety screaming. Safety screaming. Catch it.
Up the middle they go. Lawton. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We got double up. Double up. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Dolphins just continue to roll.
And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away.
And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
To throw on 2nd down, Daniels. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
On first down, Lawton. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, watch it, watch it. 49, check 49, check 49. Shoot.
Now a handoff up the middle. Weaver. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there.
That's his 19th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Well, familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
And we will not see a run back here from Harris. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. But the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is, don't quit competing.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Up the middle they go. Oglesby, and down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is brought in at the 21. A great return there of 22 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football.
Miami's offense set. and ready to go. But they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out. If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down, because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff up the middle. Lawton, and this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll run on first down. It's Weaver. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 72 yards on the ground for him now with 4 touchdown runs tacked on. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Here we go. Check. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Check 4. Check 4. Sponge. Sponge.
On first down, Lawton. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
42's the mic, 42. 42's the mic. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Twins. Watch twins. You gonna take. You gonna take.
Up the middle they go. Weaver. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. The Washington offense set to take over again. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Throwing to start the drive, Daniels. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw. Daniels. He finds his man. Complete. It's Rhodes. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Washington going to send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. Fielded at about the 28. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Cougar 19. Fresno. Whip. Watch the whip. Showing it.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Mike 42. All day. Rambo 80. Check three. Check 31. Shift. Joker. 19 Tiger. Trap 60. Hey, check that. Street.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Dolphins are closing in on a 14-0 record as they extend their lead. Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Commanders' offense returning to the field. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests. But in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Looking to throw. Daniels. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up fourth.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he's on here to punt it away. Taken from just outside the 30. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll run on 1st down. It's Weaver. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch the twist. Watch Jack Panther. Chap alert. Chap alert. Watch out. Check. Crunch. Ready, go.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 94 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, Mike's 42. Mike's 42. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Ready.
They run the counter. Weaver. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown run.
And the Dolphins extend their 4th quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign.
As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review.
And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. Silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Daniels.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And taken at the 46.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return.
And we have reached The 2-minute warning. And out come the Dolphins now.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
On second down, it's Weaver, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
78 yards on the ground now for the rookie out of Miami.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Let's go deep. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 4 down. Check. Mike, boom.
On first down,
Lawton, and he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
a Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that zero on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Operating from the gun, Daniels. And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they get the football, they'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the fourth quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed to sleep.
So for the Dolphins, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Meanwhile, for Washington,
they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll try again next week at home against New England. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.